HTC is back in the game with a product that nobody saw coming. Well, apart from pretty much everyone who's been keeping an eye on the industry, as this headset is definitely a contender for the most leaked VR product of 2022. Yep, HTC's latest headset is taking on the Quest Pro, with premium construction, ergonomic design, and a hefty price tag to boot. But is it actually worth considering? Let's take a closer look. So, I'm sure you've heard this one before, but the HTC Vive XR Elite is a standalone XR2 based headset with pancake optics and a battery counterbalanced head strap. They've made some interesting ergonomic choices here though, as the head strap, which HTC are calling the battery cradle, can actually be removed and hot swapped to keep the headset running as long as you need, provided that you've got a backup to replace it with. The battery cradle can also be completely replaced with a pair of glasses-style arms that make the headset considerably lighter at the cost of needing to be plugged into a power source. The headset itself is complete with two USB-C ports, one of which is intended for charging and providing a video connection to a PC, while the other allows for the use of expansion modules, similar to the Vive Focus 3. PC VR fans are going to be upset to hear that the USB-C video connection on the headset does not support DisplayPort, so you'll be stuck with either wired or wireless streaming, complete with a healthy dose of video compression. The example they show on their website also shows off a rather questionable port location, with the cable sticking up vertically out of the headset. I'm not so sure about that one. As many people have pointed out before, this headset really feels like a mixture between the Vive Flow and the Vive Focus 3, with features being lifted from both headsets to create the XR Elite. Something to note is that the XR Elite actually uses the exact same controllers as the Vive Focus 3, and is compatible with many of HTC's existing accessories, including the Vive Flow carry case and the wrist tracker that was originally sold for the Vive Focus 3. Something even bigger is that the wrist tracker page states that it's compatible with the Vive Focus 3 and the Vive XR series, which means you can probably expect HTC to hit out with another headset to complement the XR Elite at some point in the future. So now that we have some idea of what the headset's like, let's see how it stacks up against the competition. The most obvious comparison to make here is definitely with the Quest Pro. Both headsets feature a similar design with high-resolution displays, pancake optics, and a counterbalanced head strap, and they both seem to be aiming for a similar market segment, given their reasonably hefty price tags. That being said, the Vive XR Elite does knock a solid $400 off of the Quest Pro's $1,500 price, so it's definitely the more affordable option. However, there's a reason this thing's being sold cheaper. Unlike the Quest Pro, the Vive XR Elite has no integrated eye or face tracking, instead needing accessories to provide this functionality, both of which are, of course, sold separately. What the Vive XR Elite does offer that the Quest Pro lacks is a lot more flexibility for its users. It's lighter than the Quest Pro, likely more comfortable as well, and the removable and hot swappable battery completely avoids the Quest Pro's battery life issues. The controllers last considerably longer as well, using a traditional outside-in tracked model versus the Quest Pro's self-tracked controllers. The Vive XR Elite also has adjustable diopter, meaning that most people will be able to use the headset without their glasses, something that the Quest Pro doesn't account for at all. What's more is that while both headsets offer a similar color pass-through camera, the Vive XR Elite also has an integrated depth sensor that should theoretically help to push the pass-through quality just a bit higher than what Meta's offering. Ultimately, it's a close comparison, but I feel like the lack of eye and face tracking means that this headset is missing a feature that Meta was really trying to push as a core offering for the Quest Pro, so I'm not sure if this really makes the best replacement for it. Another fairly apt comparison I've been seeing from the community is actually with the Pico 4. Once again, both headsets are XR2 standalones with pancake lenses and battery counterbalanced head straps. Taking a closer look though, it does seem like the Pico 4 generally has the XR Elite beat in several areas. The Vive honestly has quite similar specs to the Pico 4, with a somewhat lower resolution and a likely similar FOV. Just like when comparing it to the Quest Pro, the Vive XR Elite once again wins out on its ergonomic features, but this doesn't make it look anywhere near as favourable when you consider the fact that the Pico 4 is literally less than half its price. Ultimately, I'm not sure if this headset makes for a great fit for either a Pico 4 or a Quest Pro competitor. It lacks a major part of the core feature set of the Quest Pro unless you buy expensive upgrades, and it costs so much more than the Pico 4 that the advantages just don't really seem worth it. Personally, I would have loved it if the headset supported DisplayPort over USB-C, but because it doesn't, it's really going to be no better than the rest of the competition for PC VR. I should say, it doesn't look like a bad device, but I'm somewhat unsure of its place in the market, at least for consumers. However, I really wouldn't be surprised to see the XR Elite do well in the business market, with many of its features letting it support a much wider range of users and situations than both the Pico 4 or the Quest Pro. My advice would be, if you're a consumer, you should probably give this one a miss and wait for something else to come along. With PlayStation VR 2 and potentially Pimax Crystal, the whole consumer market really is in flux right now. In fact, HTC themselves alluded to some interesting announcements for PC VR users in early 2023. It's definitely an interesting time for the industry, and you don't want to make a move too early if you want that perfect next-gen PC VR experience. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this take on HTC's latest VR announcement. And on a side note, I'd just like to take some time to say thanks to everyone who turned out to watch my previous video, which did so much better than I could have ever expected. It really means a lot to me that you're willing to give my channel a shot, and I'll be working over the next few months to get content made a little bit more frequently than I have so far. I'm still figuring out this whole YouTube thing, but honestly, it makes my day to see so many new faces along for the ride, so thank you so much. And if you're new here, feel free to drop a sub, it really helps me out. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.